Good evening and blessings. Today I'm going to talk about freedom. For many individuals, freedom means many different things. For me, freedom is enjoying what I do. And I enjoy being in the truck. I enjoy seeing different states, every single day. I enjoy talking to individuals, from down south to north, Midwest, West. Here in the United States, it's funny because I have said this many times to other drivers. You go around the 48 states and you meet many people. Okay? You meet a lot of people with different thinking, culture, and it's just amazing to me. I like to learn from anyone, especially individuals that are up in their age, 80 years old, and they got so much knowledge. It's amazing. God bless them. So, my freedom is to enjoy doing this job, which I love, and being able to spend time with my family. Okay, I got family. It's amazing. I got family all over. I got family from Northeast to Southeast to Midwest to South Midwest, all the way to Washington State. And I have been able to meet my uncle from my mom's side that I'd never met living in Texas. And I met him, and it was just amazing of all the stuff that he was telling me growing up with my mom. That's something that I think I wouldn't be able to do if I was just sitting in a cubicle working. I did that for 5 years, and that was not for me. And believe me when I tell you, I was happy when they laid me off back in 2008. I was happy. Yeah, I had some little doubts that what I'm going to do, but I was happy. And then when I got into this, it was just like, to me, it was like finding gold, and it was a blessing. So I'm also blessed because with this job, I was able to pay my bills and pay my debt, which I mentioned this before. If you want freedom, you have to know your wants. You have to know where you're going to be from here to 5 years, right? You have to figure that out. I don't think that people should be in debt. I don't think so. If you are going to be in debt, there's people out there that says, financial advisors that said, buying a home is not a debt. Buying, land is not a debt. Okay, and that's fine. But for me, I don't think that I would like to be in $100,000-$200,000 debt for the next 30 years, because me personally, I want to spend time with my loved ones. I want to travel. I want to see the world. If I can see it, I'm 52 years old. So if I can see it, amen. But that's my freedom. That's what I want. So I will work But I will work to make sure that I'm able to spend those times with my family every month. Okay? Every month I'll take a week or 2 weeks or sometimes 4 weeks. I'll not work for a month. But that works for me. You have to find out what's your freedom and what works for you. That is what you have to do. I look at what's real, what you can do at this time. And it's true what I have heard about money. If you invest in a stock, or you invest in a mutual funds or ETF, and you did your research that stock it's worth having, you will make money. Okay? Because stocks and mutuals, and especially when you do the research and you buy a stock that gives you dividends, that gives you compound interest during time, that is something that I'm willing to put my money on. Okay. Real estate, yeah, you can make money with real estate. But if you're not there, like myself, if you're not there, then I would have to look for a property manager. I would have to pay for all that. So that's money that is coming out of my pocket to pay. Can I do it? Yeah, I can do it. But I don't want the headache. I want to live peacefully. I don't want to have too much, worry when I'm going to sleep. When I lay down, I don't want to be thinking about nothing. I want to just lay down and go to sleep, which, thank God, it happens. Okay? I put my mask on. I put my head on that pillow, and I would say in 5, I don't think 10 minutes, but as soon as I put my head on the pillow, I'm out. I'm like sleeping. So yeah, if you want freedom, man, just look what you want in life. What really matters to you. What makes you move. That's what freedom to me is. Freedom to you might be something different. But look for what works for you. Okay? Blessings, and I hope you can find your freedom. All right. Take care.